I'm sorry. I did not order the bananas plantain. You might notice something different next to my head. Do you notice?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, yeah. Old Shannon got the glow up, baby. We are high tech now. I have this very, very technical, for those of you who are just listening, this technical setup now. It's a cup. It's a string. It's an old, like, Russian doll. You take one out and the little mic comes out. You take one out and the little mic comes out. It's a new mic setup. I'm trying it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fancy.
It's weird. I do feel like 3 other guys are going to join me around it and going, shoo-doop, da-doop, da-doop, shoo-doop.
You one-up me again, Shannon.
I'm sorry. This is for my 4-man barbershop R&B quartet.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. We're called the Toenails. What's up with you, Matches?
Not much. It's been a good day. How about you?
It's been a good day. It's been a good day, yeah. Yeah, no, my day was, setting up this new thing. It's kind of weird. You could actually see my mic now, and you don't think it's just like this loud, booming, like air siren of a voice of mine. No, it's technological magic, kids.
Yeah, it's mic'd up, isn't it? It's all mic'd up.
It is. We have got a show for you today, in case you're wondering what this is. You think this is some kind of, intervention. It is, by the way. Matches, you have a problem, and we're going to face it. And we're going to face it on a little show called NOMS!
It's NOMS Podcast.
Yeah, it's NOMS Podcast. What's that stand for, Matches?
Shannon.
Nerd now. That's right. Nerd now. Going to educate. Going to teach something. Going to probably babble.
That's right.
It's gonna be NOMS. We are NOMS Podcast. We are a podcast dedicated to finding out what happened to little Judy after she was told to clean her room on Family Matters. I'm kidding. We are a podcast dedicated to finding out what happened to the first Darren on Bewitched. Did he get a plastic surgery? Did he go into hiding? What's happening?
We don't know.
No one knows. And we're going to find out. That's right. We're also going to find out what happened to Uncle Phil's wife in Fresh Prince. She has a baby, and she comes out a different person.
True.
The mystery.
Yeah.
The mystery.
Yeah. Well, babies will do that to some people.
You know what? It is funny because my wife had a baby, and she came out looking like Tyra Banks. And I was like, that's cool.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
Who could complain?
Yeah. No, she was just as beautiful as ever. She seemed really tired, though. I was like, what is your problem? No, I'm just kidding. Why are you so tired?
Oh, Shannon.
Let's go play mini golf. I'm kidding.
Aww.
No, that was one of the best days of my life. It was pretty awesome. And that baby got held and tossed around. And the sad thing was there was also food in the room, so we had to be careful.
So that was placenta, Shannon. You didn't have to go home with the placenta.
No. We don't believe in that. No.
I'm just kidding.
Aren't there some that do?
I think so. I don't want to think about it, though.
No, we don't want to think about it.
No.
And also, Alicia Silverstone used to feed her kids like a bird. Do you remember that?
Yeah, she's a little crazy. Yeah.
That's a weird thing. Yeah.
She's also an anti-vaxxer. So
there you go. Maybe that's hand in hand. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I feel like my wife is an anti-relaxer. She's always giving me things to do.
Oh.
Yeah. But speaking of things to do, talking about Rocket's birth and Groot and all that, all my family, we are going to have some fun today because we are a movie podcast that dissects the movie, takes it apart, and then tries to put it back together. And we don't just do that alone, do we?
No, we're the only podcast that consults our buddies, Siskel and Ebert.
Are we?
Yes.
Yes,
Except
we
for
are.
Tonight we're going in a little bit of a different direction.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We're
Yeah,
going
we got
forward.
a real one for you tonight, guys. We got real something for you.
That's right. In fact, we probably have the youngest episode of our podcast ever because this is the most recent film we've done from this time period.
We're
it's
doing
from
one 2008, if you can believe it.
Woo.
So Ebert's not even actually there. We get a guest star with Richard Roeper. So that's kind of exciting.
Okay, now that I didn't know. So that fills me with anticipation.
I just found that out today as I was queuing up the review.
That's awesome. Well, Siskel
I can't remember
Ebert,
the guy's name, but I remember him from way back when.
Okay. Was it Young, Crosby, Steels, Nash?
I don't know.
Bolton. Anyway.
Young, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But for those of you who don't know, Siskel and Ebert were like the OGs, as we like to say. They were the Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. They were the Bert and Ernie, the Milli and Vanilli of reviewers. They had this awesome show at the movies. If you missed a weekend without it, then you missed out on something. They would review movies, thumbs up, thumbs down, have legendary fights and disagreements, which were great, which they always made up in the end. But they had some pretty good, I wouldn't say smackdowns, but some pretty good throwdowns over films, didn't they?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then Siskel unfortunately passed away. And then Ebert had some replacements that filled his space for almost a year. And then Richard Roeper became the permanent Siskel replacement. And then at this time, was Ebert having health problems too around 2008?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was declining back then, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So the show probably ended a little bit after that, maybe?
Oh, yeah. It didn't go much further than that, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Like, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know it was still on the air around 2008. So there was just so much to watch.
I caught it when I could. I still had cable around that time.
Yeah.
I stopped having cable probably around 2009 or so. I called Comcast to end it, and they just gave me the runaround. They just kept, tweaking their nipples. And you know how Comcast or Cox was? Comcast? Whatever it was back then.
That's funny. At that time, I had DirecTV.
Ooh.
Yes. Did you know what DirecTV used to be called, actually? Back in the early mid-90s? Huh?
Indirect TV?
Nah, indirect TV. I like that. We might show something. Just sit by the box and see. No, it was actually called Prime Star. It's called Prime Star.
Really?
Yeah, Prime Star Satellite. And I know this because because my dad and my aunt in 1995 decided to do something awesome for my mama and papa, and they got their money together and they bought them satellite TV and they paid for it each month for them. And
I bet they had no idea what was beaming into their living room.
They didn't have a clue. No, they like to watch TV though. No, I told you that was the grandparents and the other grandparents that I watched all the CBS shows with. It's Simon and Simon time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that was a really good time for that kind of TV. Really.
Oh my gosh, I know. And my mama, she got an addiction to Larry King immediately.
Wow. Okay.
She wouldn't let a night go by. But it's like, let me tell you who was on Larry King tonight, baby.
I keep seeing that clip of Norm Macdonald on Larry King where he's like, Larry's like, you have anything you want to tell us tonight? He goes, yes, I'm a deeply closeted gay man. Did you see this?
I didn't see that, but I know they had a good relationship, but they did a lot of
Larry King was like, wait, what? Are you coming out as gay on live TV? He's like, no. I said I'm deeply closeted. It just keeps going like that. He's like, so you're saying you're gay? And he's like,
oh my gosh,
how dare you?
Did he really do this?
Yeah, it's like, how dare you?
Man, I gotta be honest. I feel like Norm Macdonald was ahead of his time.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved him during Weekend Update. Like, I don't know a lot of people that did, but
I mean, to me,
classic.
I appreciate it now better than I did. At first, I was upset because Kevin Nealon wasn't there anymore. And I thought he was kind of smarmy. And then after a while, I was like, oh, wait, no, this is funny. And then he was gone.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. He was really funny. Especially, those OJ jokes are probably what got him canned, is what they say.
My gosh.
They were so freaking good.
Just insisted on it, yeah. And his little note to self, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, what are we doing
speaking
tonight,
of things that are ahead of their time, speaking of things that weren't appreciated at the time, we are doing from 2008, ladies and gentlemen, you see him, he's turning and burning and yearning in time. We are doing the 2008 epic by the Wachowski people. It's Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. Wachowski
Is
sisters?
Is it Wachowski or Wachowski? Wachowski. I've never actually heard it pronounced.
Wachowski. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you may know them better from a better film they made called The Matrix. So, The Matrix. They made The Matrix, yeah.
Not the next two Matrix movies, but the original, the good one.
But they had a lot to do with the next two, didn't they? I thought they directed.
Oh, yeah. No, I just don't count those.
Oh!
It was very good.
That's hilarious. You mean you don't count it when Neo goes to see Colonel Sanders and he's like, this has happened before, and let me tell you something, it will happen again.
No.
No, you don't? Okay. Just making sure. I just wanted to check.
But BT Dubs, did that happen?
No, but the guy looked like Colonel Sanders, kind of.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Remember the white guy with the white beard? And he's like,
yep.
This has happened many times before. Chosen one.
Yeah, that's great.
And I'm just like, I'm confused. Show me some cool visuals and get out of this, Well, the Wachowskis or Wachowskis, let's settle it. Is it Wachowskis?
I don't know. I
Well,
really
what
don't.
are we going to call them tonight? The Wachowskis?
Yeah, Wachowskis is fine. We'll just
Okay,
stick with that.
Wachowski. Okay, so
Yeah.
Wachowskis, obviously from The Matrix, are known for big visual feasts. And if you think about it, they haven't done that many movies together. Their first movie was innovative to a lot of people, a movie called Bound in 1996. You remember that
Yeah,
little
and I
treasure?
didn't realize that was them until like last week.
Yeah. It was sort of a crime film noir with the twist being that the hero was a lesbian, I guess. And I mean, it was novel at the time.
because who starred in that, Shannon?
Oh, that would be Jennifer Tilly, who's made of 50% oxygen, and
Oh, I love
Miss
her.
Gina Gershon.
And Gina Gershon. Yeah. It's also
That's
got
right.
their best buddy in that. He
Joe
was also in The
Pantoliano?
Matrix. Joe Pantoliano.
Joey
yeah.
Pants. That's
They
right.
all show up together as best friends in the Chucky series.
Yep, that's right.
I love that. That was great.
They killed, not only did they kill Joey Pants in the movie, they also killed Meg Tilly in the Chucky series.
I know.
They killed her
yeah.
sister. That's messed
I
up.
don't know why. I don't know.
But anyway,
yeah.
Back to Speed Racer. So yeah, the Wachowskis made Bound and the Matrix movies. Then they did V for Vendetta. Do you remember that they did V for Vendetta?
Yes. I think they both wrote it and Lana directed it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Do they
So,
do that,
something
right?
like
Like
that.
one takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they don't do the Coen Brothers, but they do it all together.
Yeah. Well, now the Coen brothers are doing it separate. You know?
They are, but they're still getting along. They're fine people. They're fine.
No, yeah. They're fine.
Well, the Wachowskis gave us Speed Racer, and here's the thing. So, like I said, they're known for big visuals, but they were also known for all their movies being rated R. And when they were handed Speed Racer, they wanted to make a huge visual feast that was family friendly. They wanted to make a movie that they said, they quote, their nephews and nieces would want to go see. You know, something that was fun for families, but they also wanted to push the limits. Do you want to give a little synopsis of Speed Racer, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, then we'll get the review, and then we'll just go in circles.
Absolutely. Do you want to roll that beautiful B-roll footage for us?
Let's do it. Let's kick it.
Anybody?
Here we go. Give me some junior
Oh.
mints.
That's right. V for Vendetta was directed by James McTeague.
Oh,
And the screenplay was by James McTeague, Lana Wachowski, and Lily Wachowski. So
oh,
that's what it was. But I think Lana was hands-on with the whole movie.
okay. Kind of
yeah.
like in the way that Dredd was sort of shadow directed by that other guy. Dredd
Maybe
3D.
not that deep, but he led, Alex Garland literally did direct Dredd. So
Okay. Well, you also said Spielberg seemed to be guiding Tobey Hooper in Poltergeist. So
that's what I heard. I mean, and I believe it, seeing his earlier movies and his later movies, you know, like that one's
Yeah.
like so good. Like it's so well done. And yeah.
right. Well, Texas Chainsaw is a classic, but I mean, it's raw.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Real
in
raw.
the best way.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of raw, we got ourselves a Speed Racer. Now, for those of you who never heard of Speed Racer, it was based on, I didn't know this actually. It started off as a manga, which is a Japanese comic book, and they're broken. They go backwards. And
Yeah. Right to left. Let's do it.
my kids love manga. My kids love manga.
I do
I never can get into it. Maybe it's
Really?
because it goes backwards. I don't know.
Oh, you need to try some good ones though. There's
It's
some good
just
ones out there. You
Not
can
my
do.
thing.
Yeah.
I know. I work part-time at a store that sells stuff like that, and I see it all the time. They have like Deadpool manga and X-Men and even a Stitch manga. Yeah, Batman
don't count
manga.
those. Get the real manga. Get some Dan to Dan or
Want
some,
some Gundam?
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chainsaw Man's great. I love it.
And then they have manga with weird titles like "The Man That I Like Was a Woman." That's a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's even there's some ones I can't repeat too. But yeah, it was based on a manga and became a 60s Japanese anime that made its way to America. And one that went like this, haha, running fast, speed, I'm in the car, haha, here we go, haha, oh no.
Oh yeah,
ah.
it was one of those classic old era animes. It was
With a voice, yeah. Like, yeah, there you go, like Astro Boy and stuff like that. So it became an anime, and then they decided to try and make it a movie for years. And in 1994, actually, Johnny Depp was attached to it. Warner Brothers was gonna make it. Johnny Depp was cast as Speed Racer. Henry Rollins apparently auditioned for Racer X. And then
Oh, wow.
and they were gonna start filming, and they were gonna start more casting, and then Johnny Depp had to bow out because of some scheduling conflicts, and he never came back. And so then they tried again a few years later. I've got it written down. Gus Van Sant was actually going to direct the movie, but he wanted to also write it, and they said no. Can you imagine a Gus Van Sant Speed Racer?
Yeah, like elephant style or
right, like an hour.
Style.
It'd be an hour and a half of just his point of view on the road. That's all you see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Vince Vaughn was attached to it as a producer and a star. And that didn't go off the ground. So that was from the 90s to the 2000s. And then it landed on the Wachowskis' platter.
Which I think is really cool. Like,
yeah.
When I first heard of this, I was like, I don't care if it sucks. It's going to be awesome. You know? Like,
well, I knew of Speed Racer growing up because you could find it somewhere. MTV used to show, in the 90s at least, a lot of Speed Racer cartoons. And I don't even know how many episodes there were, but it was this fast, frenetic cartoon. Like, you saw the image of Speed Racer all the time with the helmet,
Yeah.
And didn't he have a neckerchief?
I think so. Yeah.
There's a lot of elements, that people remember, like his little brother who was always getting into trouble, little Spritle.
Spritle.
With his monkey buddy, Chim Chim. Because that's normal. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the Wachowskis, to their credit, brought all that into the movie. They brought all that weird to life.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So those hard cuts and those flashy shots, I guess.
Yes. Hit us with that synopsis.
All right. Well, Speed Racer is a 2008 movie starring Emile Hirsch and Matthew Fox.
It is.
Yeah, fresh. Actually, smack dab in the middle of Lost, I guess.
Yes, 2008.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and well, it's about a race car driver named Speed. First name, last name Racer. Mm-hmm. His name is Speed Racer. And his dreams of becoming a race car driver, just like his big disgraced brother.
That is true.
Yeah, we learn, we laugh, we sing, we clap in this movie, and we ninja or nanja.
I do want to talk about that later. That is that is a scene that stuck with me forever. So the Wachowskis, before we get into this review, the Wachowskis really they didn't, can we describe, I guess the best way, I wrote it down. I think if you like a movie that's a live action Disney's Cars crossed with a video game with a live action cartoon on a Hot Wheels live action track, you will love Speed Racer. Right?
Absolutely. And this is surprisingly to me their first foray into HD territory with HD film. Yeah. So that's how they could get the background. So there's no depth of field with the camera here. It's just background is just as clear as what's happening up front. So they could kind of just play with this anime style, this cartoon style, and real people, Yes, it is like real life anime cartoon. You're not wrong, because I'm questioning and I'm watching. I'm like, is anything in the background real? Is anything actually happening? And I don't know. I mean, most of it could be green screen, and they should all. And I think some of it was real. It just kind of depended. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Susan Sarandon was green screen, but I could be wrong.
Could be, yeah. She phoned it in, really.
We'll talk. Maybe. I think her and Tim Robbins were going through a thing then. We'll talk about the cast. We'll talk about the story and the movie and all that. What do you think Roeper and Friend thought about Speed Racer? Because let's be honest, did critics overwhelmingly hate it? Because it was kind of a bomb at the box office. I know.
It was a bomb at the box office.
At the time.
It was number 3 when it opened. You know behind what? Okay, it was number 3 behind. It was the second week of Iron Man.
Yes.
So Iron Man was number 1.
Obviously.
What Happens in Vegas was number 2.
Which I saw.
Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake.
Bad movie. No. Ashton Kutcher, movie. But you were so close.
Ashton Kutcher. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting all that mixed up. He was in one of them. Shut up.
That would have been better. I would have enjoyed it with him in it.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it should have been number 4 at least, and then Speed Racer at number 3. Yeah. So it was hard panned at the time. I'm surprised I went to the Rave Theater in Little Rock to see it. But I did, and I'm just gonna spoil it for everyone. I love this movie. It's a big, hot mess, but I love this movie. It's heartwarming. It's got what you want. It's got the fun. It brings the fun. It brings the silly. It brings the hardcore action and the truth, the real hard truth to swallow, the seedy underbelly of the racing and speed racers world. Yep, where he learns that everything may be all just rigged and
it's all Vince McMahon.
It seems, yeah, because they're racers know who's going to win, and that drives the stock prices up, apparently. So
there you go. Yeah.
And
it's not like regular NASCAR. They're not just going in a circle. It's almost like a cross country. Like I said, the Hot Wheels track thing is accurate, right? Because it looks like these tracks you would have made in your dreams. Like, let's go underwater. Let's do a loop.
The bad guy is giving his speech, and it's showing like the whole story behind him, and it's panning over. It's panning over, and then all of a sudden you get to Speed Racer, and he's in his car, and he's going fast, and it's like he's all of a sudden in the future, and he's going on the racetrack. It's really good. There's some really good shots like that are what do you call them? Transitions.
Yeah. They didn't want to do normal like transitions. They wanted to do like not like a MTV style, but kind of like a boom, boom. Where something's constantly hitting you in the face.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I worked at Star Cinema at the time when this came out, and we had the tier of Star Cinema. How you can tell a movie's doing good. We have 2 huge theaters. We have only 6 screens, people. Only 6 screens.
Yeah.
Which today is just like a mom and pop theater, right? But
True.
The 2 at the end were the big screens, and then the 2 right next to it were the medium-sized screens, and then the one next to it much smaller. So within a week, Speed Racer went from the big screen to the much smaller screen.
And that's really bad, guys.
That is not good.
Really bad.
It did not last long. Like 3 weeks, I think we had it. I mean,
yeah, and I must have seen it right away because it would have been gone.
And I was going to see it, and we'll talk about the scene. We'll talk about the one scene that I saw that kind of excited me, but the rest of it just. We'll talk about how I feel about the film.
Yeah,
later.
but I think I want to say that Roper's going to like it.
Okay.
I have no reason to think this.
Well, again,
it's not that I just want him to, and I'm biased to it, but I think he's going to like it.
Well, that episode that we saw of the Bluth movie of Titan AE, they both loved it. They thought it was wonderful. And didn't Siskel like vampires?
Somebody did. Yeah, Siskel did. Yeah, that was right before he died, though, so we don't know.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, they said in the book that his whole outlook on life had changed, and we don't.
Oh, he was trying to be more positive.
What was going on? Maybe, yeah. I think he was trying to just appreciate things, and no one knew about it while he was there.
So he would have thought 2.5 Men was a great show.
Could be, yeah.
Shots fired.
But it wasn't Siskel's fault. But I mean, Vampires is not a bad movie. It's a fun, pulpy,
I will watch
kind of a thing. I like it now. I absolutely love it now. So yeah, that's good.
So you do forgive me for suggesting that as our first movie?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I still don't remember going to see that movie.
You weren't mad at me about it, but I felt bad that it wasn't the tour de force vampire movie.
I actually fell asleep. I think I fell asleep at the beginning and woke up at the end. I'm pretty sure.
Well, BA didn't want me to forget at all.
No,
our friend BA. Well, let's go to our friends Robert and mystery guest. Who do we think the mystery critic is? Do you think we know him?
Yeah, we know him. I know him. I just can't remember his name. Okay,
let's see. Is it Garfunkel?
No. We'll find out. 1 second.
Here it comes. Screen. Here comes Speed Racer.
Next cave around.
Let's do this.
Make our movement.
From the team that gave us The Matrix, the Mach 5 roars into the 21st century in a dazzling adaptation of an anime called...
Hey, did he just say dazzling?
I think he did. I think this bodes well maybe for them.
Let's see.
I'm Richard Roeper.
And I'm Michael Phillips
Mach
from
5.
Chicago
Michael Phillips.
Tribune. Prediction.
I have a cousin named Michael Phillips, but that's not him. Shout out to Michael Phillips.
And Michael Phillips took over, I think, at the Chicago Tribune.
Oh.
And yeah, for
Siskel?
Siskel. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Speed Racer will not win next year's Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. Comment. Who cares? It may not be a script full, but it's an eyeful. The film comes from the Japanese anime series, which hit American TV screens in 1967.
There we go.
For the new film, the Wachowskis, Andy and Larry, trade the steely atmosphere of their Matrix trilogy for a color palette that makes the Dick Tracy movie look depressed.
I figure we'll slingshot after you in the next
That's ready.
that with a Prius. Emil Hirsch plays Speed. An evil
Yes, you
corporate
can.
empire is trying to get Speed to join up, sell out. Speed declines. The bad guys come out of the woodwork. And in this scene, one of Speed's teammates, the mysterious Racer X, played by Matthew Fox, Lost, gets a late-night visit from someone who's not looking for an autograph.
Matthew Fox of Lost. Come on, he's Matthew Fox of Party of Five.
He's Matthew Fox of the UPN series Haunted.
That's right.
Yeah, no one remembers that at all. Party of Five. He's giving him a party
The
of
Racer
five.
team including
Knuckles!
John Goodman as Pops builds Speed a vehicle tough enough for the Grand Prix. So it all comes down to the big race. What do you know? A movie called Speed Racer comes down to the big race.
Here comes over under.
Shit!
I told you.
Susan Sarandon plays Speed's
Shaft!
They're just going to show a lot of clips, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But you know who they also showed twice?
Who's that?
Shaft! John Shaft. Richard Roundtree's in this movie.
Oh, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
love
I
that.
had no idea he was in the movie until I actually watched it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'd forgotten. So,
Mother?
yeah, good time.
Yeah, it's a very small role, but
and
yeah,
as
it's good.
Trixie, Speed's theoretical girlfriend, Christina Ricci, wears a miniskirt while piloting a helicopter.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have a lot of antics from Speed's little brother, Spritel.
Oh, come on. Unfortunately, I thought he was fun. He's an annoying little brother, and he's so fun, right? Ritel's fun.
I think I'm with my cousin here. I didn't find him. I know what he was supposed to be, but it's kind of like when you get a guy out there and he's supposed to be a improv comic, and he's like, "Hey, give me a pencil here. Oh, look, it's a noodle."
Oh, I know. But I thought he was cute. You know
You know
he
what?
was
Hey.
kind of he did what he was supposed to do.
One person's hijinks is another person's annoyance. You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it Monkey
exactly.
Chim Chim? Remember those guys? The movie sags very seriously, I think, in the midsection. But the 10-year-old version of me, the one who never missed an episode of Wacky Races, really enjoyed this bubble-headed but pretty amazing-looking picture. I've got no choice, Richard. I've got to say it. Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. Go.
Wow.
Go! That's great because I mean it really was not critically liked back then, and these guys are
don't-
having fun with it so far.
Yeah. I mean, visually, it's awesome. So I agree.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah,
Let's see what Roeper thought.
yeah. Let's see.
Well,
if
thank you,
Roeper
William
can change your
Shatner, for
mind.
that line reading at the end there. I agree with you. I love the look and the style and the spirit of this film. Now, Michael, when I did a radio show years ago, I had a Speed Racer theme song. It was kind of a metal rap version of it, but that was the way I started it. My first email address was Speedy555 for Speed Racer, and of course the fake exchange you get
Whoa.
Oh,
the telephone number. So
I'm
I'm,
talking
a
about
Speed
Speed
Racer
Racer
guy.
geek. You're a
I'm a
geek.
Speed Racer guy, and the
Right. You know,
casting
geek,
here.
geek. The word is geek.
Fine.
Wow.
The casting here is perfect. They look, all the actors look like the 1967 version, that we saw, the anime version. They're all very good. The performances are somehow true and authentic, and that includes Spritel, because Spritel was very annoying then. And he's
Very annoying.
now.
I would have done less
And
Spritel.
I love all that. Emil Hirsch is very good here as Speed Racer.
Yeah.
I thought the plot
Thank
went
you.
in far too many different directions. We get 7 different subplots. This movie's more than 2 hours long, I think, and that
Yeah.
it should be about 90 minutes. So that stuff, it kind of gets bogged down in. But the look is spectacular. I mean, you say it's not going to get a nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay,
it's
but
not.
maybe Best Animated Film, because there's so much.
It could be. No, and
special
here's the
effects
thing.
going
The
on
one
here.
thing, and you could tell this from the trailers. A couple, 3 months
Spoilers,
ago,
it was
the Wachowskis really had figured out a way to make this
Sorry.
midway point between
Yeah.
CGI and live action, but make sense on screen as a world unto itself.
Yeah.
And you don't get that CGI headache that so many other CGI intensive pictures give to you. I don't know. It's got the right spirit, and I think
Yeah.
the audience for this, yes, it skews younger than certainly Iron Man,
Mhm.
which is PG-13.
Right,
This is
right.
PG.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people 15 and up are going to kind of disdain it because it's just for kids. I think it's actually better crafted than that, at least visually. And I think really art directors of America, future art directors all over the world are going to love
Well,
this.
the credits for this, it was like, Lord of the Rings. It just went on forever and ever. All these amazingly talented technicians and visual artists and computer
Right,
experts.
right.
But I think
That's true. The credits were forever. I love it. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
doing so well. Oh, they gave my boy some love. I'm so excited.
As great as they,
They
are,
really
visual
did like
stylists,
it. They
can't
do.
help themselves. And I think there's a moment where they're like, let's matrix up the plot and make it just almost, impenetrable. And that's a shame for a movie like this, which should be all about the races and the fun and the candy colors and all of that is spectacular.
Yeah, and I think just the storytelling, you're right. I mean, at the midpoint is not where you want things to get complicated and saggy, but that's what happens. Whichever audience segment turns out to be the real avid Speed Racer fan, this is a better film than either Matrix sequel in any respect. Storytelling, visually, everything. So,
Okay, fair enough.
Shots fired.
Racer X, one of these days, he just has to come clean. Okay, next up.
Spoiler.
Right.
So
Stop sharing. There we go.
there we go. We're still going to share. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Racer X was always a part of Speed Racer. He was like this mysterious, he wore a mask with an X over it. And he was this mysterious racer who would go in and out of Speed Racer's life. Was he a menace? Was he a hero? Was he there to help? Was he there to hurt? And it was all of those things. I mean,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they did a good job of having him here. And
Matthew Fox does a
building up
good
to,
job.
Wait, is that his brother? How would that be his brother? What's going on?
But it is. It is. We do find out,
Yes.
spoiler, at the end, that his brother, who you said was disgraced. And why was he disgraced? Explain that.
He was a good guy, I think. Right?
Yeah. He was a
And
racing
he got
legend.
he got involved in all of that stuff, the racing stuff and the mob and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and people thought
yeah.
he was involved with it and not trying to do the right thing in it. Lost in it, I guess.
Right. And so it seemed like he died in a horrific explosion.
Yeah, but he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a twist, kids. He got surgery to look. He looked at Party of Five and said, I want to look like Matthew Fox. So he got plastic surgery, turned into Matthew Fox, yet he still wore a mask. And he was always there to help Speed. And at the very end of the movie, he does not reveal that he is the brother.
Yeah, which is crazy. I know Emil Hirsch said that they had a script for Speed Racer 2 as around 2018, even as late as 2018. So, but yeah, they really don't follow that up. They don't get to follow that up because it didn't do well. So, I don't know.
Do you think because it didn't do so well, they didn't do a sequel? Or
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean,
there were
it
plans.
sucks, but I agree with everything that they just said. That it does get bogged down with itself a lot. And, but beyond that, it's a really, really fun and good movie.
Well, okay, see, here's the thing for me. This is what when it came out at the theater and I didn't really have time to watch it, I was going to try to watch it. The only scene I saw, we have to talk about the ninja scene. The only scene that I saw yes, because I went down there and I watched the ninja scene where ninjas come into Racer X bedroom and the Racer family bedroom and they try to take him out. And Chim Chim and Spritle all of a sudden turn into like a live action anime and they fly through the air in their minds. They're like, ah! And then it turns out they're just kind of, wrapped around his legs like,
Yep.
So it's kind of like big action scene and then the fight between Xander and Harmony and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It does not end
I could
well.
have used a lot more of that humor too, I think.
See, that's what I thought the whole movie was going to be like, those little type scenes.
Yeah,
and so then when they dispatch the ninjas, John Goodman has the best line of the movie. He's like, ninjas, and he says, do you want to say it?
He says, oh, ninjas. More like, was it nunjas?
Nanjas. More like nanjas, or whatever passes for a ninja these days.
Yeah, that's right.
And I saw that scene.
But John Goodman is kicking butt, let me tell you.
And he looks like Mario. I love the fact that they went with the visual looks of the characters of the cartoon. They really
did, yeah.
Yeah, from Trixie to Spritle and Mom and Pop Racer. Yeah, Everett Racer X. Oh, and here's the thing. The Racer X costume, I was just thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
So, the X-Men comics, I'm a huge nerd. Around 2013, 14, Cyclops got a bit of a Magneto streak going in him where he was a bit more mutant supremacist. And he had that exact same face mask with the X around it.
Oh,
and I'm
really?
thinking,
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, did they rip that off of Racer X? Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, like it's not a big idea, an X across a mask, So
he's the first one to do it.
Yeah, it's fun. I forget.
No, I just, so the movie is I don't feel the same way about the movie as you do. So I finally sat down to watch it, a few weeks ago, like we said we were going to. And visually, as they said, I agree with them and you. Visually, it's a treat. It's very ambitious. Your eyes will. Are you imitating the wind blowing? Is that
Yes.
okay? Visually, it's a treat. I will give them credit for it. They tried. They threw everything at the screen and they did their best. And visually, it's cool. But the story lost me. I'll be honest with you. I could not pay attention to what was going on because I kind of didn't care. And I rarely do that with a movie. No,
Yeah, I know. You must have been. I don't know. You were drugged or something.
You think so?
You didn't get enough sleep the night before.
There was a cat video on my phone.
It can be a bit convoluted, but if you really pay attention a little bit, you'll get it. You know.
Well, I understood what was going on.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. Is that? I understood the plot, but I just couldn't get invested. I was like, yeah, okay, is it over? Where's the big race? I agree with them. It should have been more racing, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
And maybe that would have been the wrong
There's a lot of
approach, too.
everything else too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the cast of this movie. You know, we talked about Mr. John Goodman,
Yep.
a.k.a. Dan Connor,
Yep.
a.k.a. King Ralph.
We talked about John Goodman. We talked about Susan Sarandon.
Yes, as Mrs. Racer. Christina Ricci. Wow. As
Christina
Trixie.
Ricci. Yes.
Love Christina
Mhm.
Ricci. She
And
is
of course,
awesome.
Matthew Fox.
Yep. Some kid is Spritle. I don't know if he went on to do anything.
No, I hope so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Robin Williams was playing Chim Chim. I'm kidding. Let's see. You got Matthew Fox. You got Richard Roundtree, as we said, Shaft in a very small role as a racing legend who
And
serves
many
as
more.
Yeah.
And what?
I was trying to think of any other big names, and
I think we covered them all.
I think we did.
Who's the bad guy? Who's the
I don't know. I was trying to look up what he was in. He's very British. I know that.
he is. He's very
The
good
bad-
too. But
Yeah. He owns like the big conglomerate, the big company. And he it's so funny when he's trying to bring in Speed Racer to the fold. He's very nice. He's very, I believe you'll be a wonderful addition and your family is an important part. And then all of a sudden, he reveals to Speed that the races are faked. Everything's decided. The world is not roses and sunshine. But it's like he does it at the wrong moment. He should have done it after Speed signed a contract and said, I'll do it. Instead, before that, he's like,
he
listen
waited
to
until
me.
he said no, right? And he was just like
Well, he
straight off
wasn't-
to the races.
Had he said no yet? I don't know.
I think so. I think he said he wanted to do something else, and then he goes into that. It's just going to be like this, so you might as well stick with us and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but it's a night and day thing. It's pretty much like, listen here, grow up, you little namby-pamby, mommy's boy. So, yeah, I don't know. I just did not love it. I mean, there were some good things. Like I said, the visual things and the racing, and you had the Mach 5. And I will say this, they took full advantage of one of the coolest theme songs of all time. Because who growing up never heard the, here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. See, I have two versions of that song that I love. In 1996, there was an album, I don't know if you remember this, there was an album called Saturday Morning's Greatest Hits. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, I had quite a few of those, actually.
Did you have a copy?
TV's Greatest Hits.
Oh, no. No, not that. No, not the theme songs. No. This was a cover album.
What?
This was a cover album of classic.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Okay.
classic Saturday morning cartoon theme songs as done by artists that were popular at the time and other legendary artists. Like you had the Ramones doing Spider-Man. You know, you had that. You had Matthew Sweet was on there. So many artists. And there was an artist that I liked at the time called Sponge. You remember them?
Yeah, I remember Sponge.
Yeah, they had that song, 16 candles down the drain. Yeah.
Yeah, except for they weren't that British.
Yeah, they were British. No, but you want to sing it like that, right?
Yeah.
So Sponge did Speed Racer, and like that song just stuck with me. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. So there's that. And then, do you remember the show Scrubs?
Yeah, of course.
You know Scrubs. Well,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know Scrubs, there was this part of Scrubs, a character named Sweaty Teddy. He was Ted, the lawyer at the hospital. And every now
Rest
and
in
then,
peace.
what's that?
Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Teddy. Nephew, Sam Lloyd, nephew of Christopher Lloyd, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, good connection. So Teddy had this band that was made up of other legal and administrative people of the hospital, and it was his real life a cappella band that he had. I think were they called the Blanks in real life? Do you remember this?
Sounds familiar.
This is a long way to go for the story, but I'm going. So they had an a cappella group, and they would show up every now and then in the show. And in one show, they were doing a lot of singing, and they were like, we sing TV theme songs now. And so I'll always remember, here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. Turn, turn, turn. He's a demon and he's going to be coming after someone. That's good. Let's do it again.
Yay.
So the movie takes really good advantage of the theme song because you hear the theme, orchestrically or however you say that, like over and over again. It's like, it's pretty good. Yeah. And of course, it starts off with the.
Yeah, I love that. We got to put something like that in here somewhere. Maybe we can.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the Wachowskis, the Wachowskis, Manoskis, they went for it and it was ambitious, but it was a swing and a miss for me. But for many people, it's been reassessed, hasn't it, recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you going to say. It's kind of considered a cult hit now, like a lot of movies are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think a lot of people
have come around. I just remember thinking back then, I don't expect anyone to like this. I love this. It is a big mess, but it was just, I don't know, there's something about it that I really, really like. I enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see people loving it either because I'm like, wow, this is a lot. Like, it's almost too much. Like,
Roeper genuinely pretty much loved it,
Yeah, they both did.
A few problems with it, but they were just enamored as little children.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know what to say. It was good. I would, if you're into like a good visual treat, and I'm sure some of our listeners probably loved it. Maybe I know there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies that are ahead of its time. Maybe it's considered ahead of its time.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is cool, like you said. Racer X does not. What are you doing? Are you cursing the mic?
Yes. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else you want to say about the movies or anything else.
No, that's pretty much all you can say about Speed Racer.
Yeah.
is either watch or don't.
You're good. Well, and it was kind of cursed because if you think about the summer of 2008, there was a lot of good movies then. Not only Iron Man, you had a little movie called The Dark Knight.
Yep, The Dark Knight.
Yep. It's like Iron Man opened the door to the summer and Dark Knight was like, I'll take it over.
Yeah, but some people think Speed Racer was better than all of those. So put together.
They do. And you know what? Hey, one man's souffle is another man's quiche.
That's right. And
I don't know what that means.
So.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So Speed Racer 2008. Is there anything else we want to say? This might be one of our shortest shows ever.
Yeah. I think they all should be this short, but that's okay. That's okay.
I don't know. I just couldn't think of anything else to say. I'll just be honest.
No, I'm good.
I watched it.
I'm good on it too.
I tried to follow it, and I swear part of me was like, oh, is this still going?
Oh.
But it looks good.
And I think you just need to be in the right mood for it. And I love seeing it on the big screen more than I did sitting down trying to watch it on my TV,
Yeah.
Because it's just so much different.
Right.
Seeing it blown up.
Well, there is one thing, like at the beginning when, Speed is flashing back to when, he looked up to his brother and his brother was a big racer. And his brother, I guess, he's packing up and leaving their house. And why is that? I never did quite get why he was leaving.
Well, he said he had something he had to do, right?
Yeah.
And then it had to do with all the stuff that was going on with the mob and, and that kind of thing. And I think he just disappeared so he didn't get killed maybe, or I don't know.
But when he's leaving the house, Pops Racer's sitting in the kitchen and he talks to him and he tells him, if you leave, don't ever come back in that door. You're not welcome here anymore. So then later, Speed is about to take off to do maybe the same thing to try to take him down.
Much later in the future, yeah. He's about to go out and it's kind of mirroring, it's paralleling what his brother did and what happened.
But Pops takes a different approach this time, and he talks to him, and he tells him how much he loves him. He tells him, we're here for you. So he learned from his experience with, He
mentioned that he had done this once before, and he felt bad about what happened, basically, and he wasn't going to let that happen again. Yeah.
There you go. I mean, it does look like, you're watching a giant toy commercial in a way. I don't know, were the toys popular?
I don't even know. I don't know why, but I don't remember anything about him.
Who would
Maybe
want
they
to drive
should've
a
had
Mach
toys.
5? What's that?
Maybe they should have had toys. Maybe that would have.
Oh, they did. They did. I'm sure they did.
Maybe.
I swear that little Groot had some kind of speed racer car that he got in a Happy Meal.
Oh, really?
Had to have, yeah. Maybe. Well, should we go ahead and rate this mother?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I love this movie. I really think it is great. It's better than the sum of its parts. It is way, 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 way too long. It does just keep going, and it's like, where are we now? Okay.
Oh, good, we're turning around.
I think Spritle was great. I think Chim Chim was great. I think Papa Racer was great. I think Mama Racer was great. I think Trixie was great. I think they were all great. It's what
Yeah.
I think it was very good. So I'm gonna rate this 4 out of 5. Spritles.
Oh, nice.
Can there be
nice.
that many Spritles? I don't know.
There could
That's probably
be,
too many.
yeah. I will say Spritle does not go down in history as one of the, best comic reliefs, but he is no little brother from Flight of the Navigator. He is
That's
not
true.
as annoying as him.
It's not
at least,
Jeff, yeah.
No, because he's at least positive and trying to help his brother. There is a
Friggin'
funny part when
Jeff.
him and Chim Chim break into all the candy. You remember
Mm-hmm.
the corporation guy? He has the secret stash of candy, and they get it all, and they're like, "Boo!" on a candy rush.
Yeah.
Special effects field. I will say this: did you notice the mobster villains? They kind of look like Dick Tracy rejects, didn't they? I swear there was a flat top. They look like Dick Tracy
Yeah.
goons. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Dick Tracy maybe did that better. I like.
Yeah. Well, they did compare the color palette. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, for
my
me,
love for Dick Tracy goes on forever.
there is no higher high than Dick Tracy, sir.
It's true. I love it. It's so
I know you said it's one of your favorite movies ever.
Yeah, it really is.
Awesome. Okay. I mean, it's no Fat Beach, but it's okay. So, I'm gonna say for Speed Racer, I thought I was anticipating it when it came to theaters, and then what I saw through the little projector screen at the cinema I worked at, I was just like, this is a lot, and it might be too much. And then when I watched it a few weeks ago, I said I'm going to give it a chance, and it's just visually.
Surprised that your joy didn't take over. You didn't.
No,
say,
I am too. I am too. I'm disappointed. Am I getting cynical in my old age? I don't know. I'm going to say for this movie, what?
I don't know. Probably
Oh,
not.
okay. I may not be getting cynical, but my memory is sharp as. Well, anyway, so for this movie, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. I'm going to
It's
give
okay.
it 2 out of 5 nanjas. 2 nanjas
Damn.
out of 5 nanjas. It's
Damn.
not Tank Girl. Okay, maybe 2 points, not a half. Maybe what's half a half? 2 1/4? 2 1/4.
Yeah.
Look, visually, it's a treat. It is wonderful to see all that. None of it's real.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure John Goodman and Susan Sarandon are special effects in this movie. I don't know, but it's just, and maybe I need to watch it again,
Maybe, yeah. I
Maybe
get it.
so.
It's fine. Like, you're giving it what I thought people might give it when I first saw it. And I was like, people aren't going to like this movie, but I love this movie somehow.
Oh,
I don't know. It
Yeah,
just
and that's
seeps
great that you
through.
love it, man. That is great
Yeah.
that you love it, because there are movies that I think are great that you think are, bleh, take it back,
I feel like this is like the 8th one in a row we've done that you don't like that I like. Or,
Wait, not in a row.
no, but
what's-
it just
what's-
feels like it.
What's one besides Tank Girl? I'm sorry, it's something against you.
There was Drowning Mona that time. There was,
Oh, well, I gave Drowning Mona a higher score. Let's be honest with that.
you did.
Maybe it's movies about
All right.
cars and traveling. Tanks, Yugos, and Speed Racer.
Yeah. Well, next week we have a really good show.
Next week, I think we're going to be on the same page. I do. And you
Yes.
know what? It's good that we disagree because it's interesting and we can still be friends, right? Okay. Of
Next week you'll believe a lamb can lie.
You will kneel before NOMS next week.
Something like that. Yeah,
You
yeah,
will.
That's true.
Yeah. But now the part of the show that I think no one is excited for, but we're going to do it anyway.
True.
What are we going to do, Matches?
Right now we're gonna listen to Shannon as he sings a silly syllabus. I mean, the song. Sorry.
Hope you're writing this down. Put it in your hypotenuse.
Right.
Can I say something real quick? My dad, you've met him, right? You know my dad. He's a big goofy goober. He's a great guy. Okay. My dad, I don't know if I've said this before on the show. My dad used to say the weirdest phrases and words just to get a laugh. He would say, your hypotenuse is adjacent to your medulla oblongata. Well, now, I kid you not, for many, many years, for almost 18 years, I thought medulla oblongata was a made-up word. I never heard it anywhere. I thought it was a word my dad made up. I'm serious. I thought it was a word my dad made up. And then I'm reading.
You saw oh, sorry. I was going to say, then you saw the Water Boy or something.
Oh, no. It was before the Water Boy, actually, which is kind of funny. Because I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you got to see Water Boy for the medulla oblongata.
Yep. That's right.
No, I was reading a review of the new Nine Inch Nails album, and they were talking about how it gets into your medulla oblongata. I'm like, it's a real word.
Wow. Which album was that for? Do you know?
Oh, it was for the one from '94. What was that? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my brain?
There was wait. I know this. Downward Spiral.
Album?
Downward
Got
Spiral.
hurt? Spiral. The Downward Spiral.
The Downward Spiral. Yeah.
Yeah. Down with the Spiral. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that album's still king. It's good.
Oh, that album's still great. Yes. So
Man.
I told my dad, I was like, Dad, it's a real word. He said, I told you, I ain't no ordinary dummy.
Oh, that's great. Yay.
Yes. Also, one more thing my dad always said, he goes, I quit school in the 3rd grade. And I was like, why, Dad? He goes, I hated recess. Well, why? I don't play. So, moving on.
Play joke.
Yeah, that's my dad for you.
All right, what you singing for us tonight, Shannon?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I was inspired by this here speed racer to write me a nice little ditty. And I think this song is going to change some lives or change the channel. Either way,
I doubt it.
It's going to be fun. You got your trumpet ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. The cars all wait at the starting line. They're all really fast, but they're not the Mach 5. The screen is flashing its special effects, so no one's really hurt when they have a horrible wreck. He's driving as fast as he feels on a track that looks like it's for Hot Wheels. Kinetic, frenetic, the competition is mean, but it's all okay because it's on a green screen. His brother is gone, so he pays the cost, not knowing that he's really the guy from Lost, but he's got his racer family and a monkey's right at him, and also the love of Wednesday Addams. He's got assistants. His name is Speed. He's not alone. Not alone, and he's fighting greed. Because he's driving and thriving and going real fast. And looking out for him is a cat named Shaft. He's got assistants. There you go. Woo.
I actually want to go listen to some cake for some reason.
Are you hungry for some cake?
I am.
Yeah, I kept trying to think of the song I could inspire. In fact, I was this close to writing, he's got a fast car.
That's right.
But there you go. That was my song. But
thank you.
Now that we've done that, it's time to do something that brings a bright smile to everyone's face. Makes your liver quiver. Makes your booty dance. What are we going to do, Matches?
Right now, we're going to do the
video movie corner pick of the week.
We felt that in our souls.
Yes, we did. Very deep in our souls.
You know what I saw in my yard today? I think I told you. I saw a Roadrunner in my yard.
No,
today.
yes. You did. You did tell me you saw a Roadrunner. That is hilarious.
I thought it was weird. I was like, and I had to look it up because I was like, it looks like a Roadrunner. Because I mean, they're not big like the Roadrunner on TV. No, they're small little, they're little critters. You know. They're not 1 foot high, something like that.
No, and they don't taunt you when you try to take them down with Acme
but
products.
I looked it up, and apparently they're in southwestern and south central, like United States. So,
I was going to ask. I thought they were mostly like desert based. You know, I mean,
that's the
that's the cartoons.
Southwestern, yes. I mean, like, yeah, and it shows it in the cartoon as that too. And I think it's mostly the cartoon we think of, like Coyote and Roadrunner in the desert.
Well, I was about to say, was there a coyote running through your yard next? Be careful.
There wasn't, no. But I just was just like kind of dumbfounded. I had no idea we had those here.
Nice. Well, speaking of which, I believe the movie that was shelved called, what is it? Coyote versus Acme?
It's been saved by Ketchup Entertainment.
Thanks, Ketchup!
That's a real distributor.
yes, because they also distributed the recent
Hellboy.
The first, that, but also the first all animated Looney Tunes film called The Day the Earth Blew Up, which no one knew about hardly.
Yeah, I really want to see that. I've actually got that on my list to watch.
Yeah, it's on my max list. Yeah. Hey, do you feel like films aren't marketed like they used to be?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like a movie comes out and I'm ready for it, and then it's already out, and they're like streaming now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean the pandemic changed everything, so it's like
for the worst.
But you still got people like, why is it streaming? Why is it not in the theater? It's like, well, where have you been the last 5 years?
I know,
and nothing makes sense.
The theatrical window has closed from like 3 months to like a week now. It's
and
in Hollywood, if you want to save your
movie theaters afloat, so I don't know how they're doing it now.
I was about to say Hollywood. If you want to save your industry, you want to save theaters, you might want to put movies in theaters and market them better. I don't know.
Yeah, gonna have to do that. Yeah,
maybe market them on TikTok. Well, speaking of marketing, this is the segment where we take a film that we suggest you should watch too, and explain it to them. Matches.
Oh, what we do is we take you by the hand down to the movie corner down the street, and we pick our favorite little movie from there. Just pick a little jewel for you to hold on to listen to watch. If you want to, you don't have to, but we really want you to do that.
You better. That's right. We take a movie that was either before Siskel Ebert's time or after, or even one that maybe they reviewed that we don't want to watch the whole show for, and we suggest it to you. We put it on your plate. You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
This week, I have a special gem for everyone, and I can only find it on YouTube, but I kind of watched it just to make it my video movie corner pick a while back, and I just hadn't got around to it yet. So my movie this week is about 10 years old.
Ooh, vintage.
Let's see. It is it's a 2015 thriller comedy called A Deadly Adoption.
I have not seen this, but I know about it. Please tell people. I cannot wait to hear you talk about this. It was on Lifetime originally, by the way.
Yeah, it's an actual Lifetime movie starring Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig.
Yes,
playing like they're in a Lifetime movie, and they're playing it straight the whole time.
Yes,
and I think it deserves better than the 14% it got on Rotten Tomatoes, because I don't think people understood what they were doing.
Like Speed Racer, maybe it was unappreciated at its time.
It's bad, and but that's the point, like it's played so straight. It's hilarious.
Is it a spoof of? Is it a spoof of Lifetime movies?
Well, yes, it is, but at the same time, they're just playing it straight. It's weird.
Gotcha. There's no wink wink. There's no wink wink.
No, I mean there is, but there's not. It's really strange. Like I don't know how to describe it other than like the 14% says that these people. No, not many people got it. I guess I don't know how many people reviewed it really, but let's see. Oh, with 7 reviews. And then the people didn't like it. They have a 23% rating with over 250 plus ratings. So, but honestly, I thought it was a really cool idea. I'm not saying it's the best movie, but I would watch them do anything. And
I was going to say Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, and just knowing they're doing this, playing it straight, trying not to crack each other up or whatever, is probably it's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I remember vaguely hearing about this and then never. I didn't know when it was on, so it's like I missed it.
What it's about it's a black comedy thriller about a successful couple who take in and care for a 6 months pregnant woman after losing their second unborn child.
Oh, no.
They are hoping to be able to adopt the new baby, but taking a total stranger into their house is taking a terrible risk. That's it.
It's a deadly adoption.
I don't want to fool you into thinking this is a brilliant movie, but it's also kind of a brilliant move,
So was it just like, was it not what people were expecting? Were they expecting like a Naked Gun type film?
Probably so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just go in blind. It's on YouTube. You can watch it for free. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I may have to. Well, my video movie corner pick of the week is not a spoof, but it is something associated with the Wachowskis. Really? It was produced by the Wachowskis,
Bound.
Yes.
With Jennifer Tilly. And
No. You know what? That movie's okay. I did not think it was one of the. I did not think it was.
We had a friend in college who was obsessed with that movie. And that's why I know about it. And I've seen it at least 3 times.
Well, all I heard from critics were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so innovative and it's so fresh." And I watched it a year later on Showtime, and I was like, "It's a movie." You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad.
Have you ever heard Gina Gershon in an interview?
No, I'm scared. Why?
You would think she's the most down-to-earth sweetie pie.
Really?
I just can't believe it. Like,
she plays mean women on screen.
Yeah, she does. But she's just super down to earth, super chill. She's down to hang with anybody. She's just like,
nice.
It's like she's a normal person. It's like she's an uggo, but she's not. I'm just kidding. She's a sweetie pie.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I will say this, and maybe I should have made this my video movie quarter pick of the week, and maybe it will be another time. She's good in a movie called Killer Joe. Have you ever heard of that? By John Frankenheimer, Killer Joe.
Sounds familiar, but
it's Matthew McConaughey and Lowell from Wings. I know he has a real name, but I'm calling him Lowell from Wings.
Is it good? I love this.
Like, it's good. It's good. It's a thriller. I'll save talking about it till the next time I have it for my video more. Yeah. But my video movie quarter pick of the week this week is 2009's very generically titled, that's how it tricks you, Ninja Assassin. Now you hear that name and you're like, oh great, this is some made for TV movie like, I am a ninja assassin. Ah!
I'm thinking of 3 ninjas off the top of my head.
No, it's not 3 ninjas kick back or 3 ninjas on Magic Mountain or whatever it is with Hulk Hogan. No. This is Ninja Assassin from 2009, which is produced by the Wachowskis, directed by James McTeague, co-written by comic book legend J. Michael Straczynski, who co-created Babylon 5. And it is it is exactly what the title says it is. There's this guy who's an assassin. He's played by the actor / model that has one name. His name is Rain. And he's actually in Speed Racer. I cannot remember the character's name, but he plays the Asian driver who is almost killed by the gangsters. And his sister is in the... Yeah, you remember who I'm talking about? I can't remember his character's name. Yeah. Well, it's played by a guy named Rain. And he's an assassin. And it doesn't have any real big stars in it, but it's basically... he's changing his ways. He's trying to take down the people who hired him. It's not like the most innovative story, but it's so well done. It's such a good action film, and it's got some good twists in it. And that's my video movie pick of the week is Ninja Assassin. I have no idea where it's streaming, but please find it. I saw it in the theater when we premiered it at Stars. Yeah, I saw it at Stars. Because one of the things was this is when we used real film back in the day, kids. And so once we put a movie together, it was our job to watch it to make sure it was put together right. Go ahead.
It is streaming free right now on Tubi.
Do it. Watch it right after the show. You won't be disappointed. I liked it. It's a very
fun. It's
got
a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Sadness. Well, and you may feel about it the same way I feel about Speed Racer. Like, it's ambitious.
Yeah.
But that is my video movie corner pick of the week for this week. And that, as I just said, was Mine and Matches. And now, the end of the show. Oh man, look out. I'm racing. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm turning. I'm in a car and I'm very fast now. Now later in the show, you're going to see some cool visuals behind me. And your producer says he's added a lot of cool things. And oh no, a dragon. It's crazy. I'm in Delaware. Delaware. Yeah. Do you see the special effects? I am a racer in a car. And wait a minute. I'm just hearing in my ear, the producer says he's not going to be able to afford the effects.
Oh, no.
But you can imagine what it would be like, right?
No.
Okay, just think of it as the effect of watching your kid play a VR game. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You don't know what's happening. But they're punching the walls and knocking down your old trophy from cheerleading.
I love VR, but I also like watching people be in VR.
It is more fun to watch someone play VR.
It's not. No, I'm not going to say that.
Let me tell you this. The things I hear from Rocket's room when she's got her VR on, she's saying things like, now everyone help me kill this leprechaun. Oh, come on. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, no. That's funny.
I hear the funniest things. And she's like, this is what we trained for, boys.
That's so cute.
And then one night I heard her say, "No, I won't tell you where I live." And I was like, "Okay, whoa." Busting down the doors. Yeah. Well, that was our show for this week. Matches, if they loved it, if they hated it, if they think, why does he look like a virtual reality Ray Charles? Tell them matches where they can find our email address in all time.
Yeah, you can comment down below anywhere fine podcasts are sold and you're listening to this. And you can also email us at nomspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right. Find us, love us, and then next week we're going to have a cool episode. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Speed Racer. Give Speed Racer a chance. You may love it like Matches, and you may be a little disappointed like she. But either way, you're going to have watched the film. Right? Oh, yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Now, where is my service animal? Service Hawk!
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.